Hi all, back with some more RAF Eagle. Um, Try to keep things moving along. So on in the next raid day, this will be raid day 5. I was just checking, we still have, I know there's probably a bit glare there, that's this one anyway. We still have the LF3 to LF2. I was just looking at that event again, and it kind of, the way I read it, it stays in play until you draw the event again, but only after September the 10th, I think it was. Yeah, this event remains in effect until drawn again after September 10th. So you'd flip it back. So I mean, my guess could be that there's a chance that might stay that side right throughout the rest of the game. That seems awful good. That, if I'm reading that right. So anyway, however, I didn't look at the cards that came in, the new cards that came in, but I suppose there is a chance that they could be Wolfort 3 rather than the Wolfort 2 raids. And I know Wolfort 2 goes up here. Is this a bit, I think this is a misprint on the map, isn't it? Yeah, it must be. Because it says Wolfort 2 is this side, which I think that is not the case, and Wolfort 3 is that side. I think they're the wrong way about. So, I mean, Wolfort 3 is all this sort of area, and Wolfort 2 is obviously the other area. So, just trying to think of some of the names I've seen coming in. No, to be honest, I think there were some up there. Dunwich seems to ring a bell. So maybe it's just that they're further in. So maybe not necessarily a more Wolfort 3, but I suppose it could be the case. So we will need to watch and what we get. Okay. Haven't fully watched back that last part. I was trying to do it carefully just to make sure, but I've got sort of a quarter of the way through it last night. I watched a bit, and it seemed okay up to now. So we shall see. Right, on to step 1 then. German night raid planning. So, well, the target priorities changed that last time, didn't they? So what have we got? We're looking for city and industry. Well, both city and industry are low, aren't they? Yeah. So that might mean there's not a lot happening, or is it just the same maybe? Yeah, it's just the same. I suppose if the city priority was to go up, that's when it starts maybe involving more units. So we're just low and low, so we need between 2 and 4 night raid bombers. So again, I'll pick the 4 again. It seems more sensible. There's more chance of something happening. I mean, however, by taking 4, that's 4 I'm not using through my day raids. So, but I think we can afford them. It looks like it's always been the case. It's all right. So I'll just take the same again. I'll just take the 4 Henkels from Wolfort 3, I think. Suppose you have to select these before you're actually seeing your raids. So but yeah, but we've still got that event in place. So yeah, so four Henkels from Wolfort 3 into the night raid box up there, and yeah, that's that. Oh, next card. German strategy draw. Right, again, I've still not fixed that card, but I'll probably not bother with it. So I'm just going to look at the victory point. It's easy enough to look at. I was hopeful we might be drawing 4, but I forgot to remove the victory points for the day, moving on 3 spaces. So we're at minus 13, that's what I've got anyway. So we're still getting 3 strategy cards. So we'll get the 3 and we'll have a look, see what we get. Okay, high speed raid, seen that one before. Major raid coordination, we've seen that one before. Low level raid, don't think we've seen that one. So this is high speed raid is a raid consistent of only ME 110. Okay. Yeah, we had that one the last time, didn't we? Major raid turns a minor raid into a major raid, doesn't it? That's pretty good, that one. Quite like that. Low level raid. Squadrons receive an altitude advantage when attacking this raid in the bomber box. Refer to the letter draw of combat results. Table 1 below. Calculate row. Squadrons receive an altitude advantage when attacking this raid in the bomber box. Now that's not good. So, yeah. However, the good part is then when bombing, shift 2 columns to the right on the bombing table and do not apply shifts for clouds. Ooh, right. So that is pretty good. So you're losing out a bit though when it comes to the squadron. So what I suppose the plan with that is to try and avoid any squadrons getting into the bomber box. How we go about that, I'm not sure. Well, we make sure we've got at least four grouping in the hunt box, I would say, and possibly have it in a raid that's done after a raid on a certain sector, so that we can try and avoid a large response. Okay, something like that. Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have a look at them once we get the actual target cards. We'll decide what we're going to do with them. So moving on. Burn number 3. Raid target selection. Okay, so draw 10 cards. Yeah, this is when I've got to go and decide then. Yeah, okay. So I'm probably going to have to pause and ponder on what we're doing. Right, let's look at the 10. We can have a look at the 10 cards first anyway. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the target priorities are a bit odd this time. I mean, I know you do seem to come across quite a lot of airfields, but the fact that these are everything else is low. So the best we're going to get out of radar, industry or city is a minor raid. So yeah. Okay, so let's see how we go. I'll lay some of these out. Well, I'll just do them one at a time. So we've got Farnborough. Zoom out a little bit. Farnborough. That's covering up the box we've got. Right. So what is strategic value 1, which is a city. So that's going to be a no raid, isn't it? So that's a no. And we've got Biggin Hill, which is an airfield strategic value 3. So that is a major raid. And Biggin Hill strategic value 2 is in major raid as well. They're both inland. I don't think I've seen any of the new cars yet. Right, Middle Wallop, that sounds different. Yeah, it's an airfield with strategic value 2. I've got right difficulty with that word, haven't I? So it's going to be a major raid. That is one that's in, because it's in sector 410. And this is the first one we've seen with the ME 109s. It's got a no. Not quite sure where the wee diamond is for, so I'll need to look more into this. The ME 109s being out of range, I've just no idea how that works, to be honest. I never bothered looking too much into it because it's not been an issue up to now, but obviously that will be. So that's another major. Major. Next one. There's another Middle Wallop. Oh, that's only strategic value 1. So that's a minor raid. Yeah, it's probably all going to be airfields, isn't it? Well, we do have the chance of ports, I suppose. Biggin Hill, again, that's 3 raids on Biggin Hill. That's another major. Weymouth. That's a port. Strategic value 3, so that is a major as well, though. Ports are good to go. 3 more to come. Hornchurch, strategic value 3 airfield. I don't know if it's just me, I seem to get an awful lot of airfields. I feel like there must be maybe more airfields than others. There's another one. Strategic value 3 airfield again. So that's another major. And the last one, Rochester, which is industry strategic value 2. So that's not a raid. So we're missing out on 2. So we've got 8 possibilities. One's a minor, and 1 port, and the rest are 1 port out of the 8, and the rest are airfields, I think. Yeah. Middle Waltz, we fought 3. Weymouth, we fought 3. And yeah, we've got 2 for Middle Wall up there, we fought 3. And we've got 5 for we fought 2. So that's quite a good balance. And the minor could be turned into a major with a raid coordination. I think the big thing to think is 3 raids, 3 possible Biggin Hills. So my thinking could be something in the lines of, I don't know if we try and do them all together or not, but keep that low level raid for, maybe if we did do the 3 of them, keep it for the 3rd raid, something like that. Okay, well, I'll go away and work out what it is I'm going to do with these. I'll do my best to try and do something a bit more interesting, but yeah, there's no guarantees for that, I don't think. I mean, Martin has mentioned a couple of times about a raid with just fighters involved, but I suppose the fact that fighters, they all come back, if you can time it right, then it could be an idea. I'm just not quite keyed up on the strategy of it. I just can't quite work this one out, I don't think. What's the best thinking? So I'll more than likely keep most things reasonably simple. Right, I'll go and work it out. Hang on. Yeah, I was just having a look at this strategy card, and I think I may have been dealing with that wrong the last time, because I could see the benefit of using it on a minor raid, and then it takes your raid size up to a maximum of 16, and then obviously there's a good bonus of it, do not conduct a rendezvous check. But I kind of thought it takes it up to a maximum of 16, but depending on how many raids you have, I was restricting it. But I don't think that's the case. I'm just looking at the actual, what was it? Yeah, major raid limit. So it's got to be noted down the bottom that says maximum is 16 when raid has major raid coordination strategy card, or we've fought at depletion level 1 or 2. So I'm actually starting to think that nobody made any comment about that, mind you. So unless I didn't make it clear that I felt like I was restricted by the amount of raids I was doing. But reading that again, it tends to make me think that I could actually have 16 grouping in this raid. Yeah, it kind of says that, doesn't it? The maximum raid size for this raid is 16 grouping, even if the target card is only eligible for a minor raid. So, yeah. So I'm actually thinking I might use this. Yeah, I might not just use this on a minor raid, and I might just maybe not play with a minor raid, because I've got 8, I probably want to reduce it to 7 raids. The 7 lets me bring 11 group in. 8 only lets me bring 10 group in, which is a wee bit tight, I think. Right, okay, I'll go and decide what I'm doing. Right, been away for a bit, trying to sort out my raids. Decided to choose 7 again. I decided not to take the minor raid, which would have been the 8th. And after realising that by using this major raid coronation, I feel like I can put 16 group in on that. So I've decided to do that. I've got the high speed raid, which is the ME110s, on the first raid at Biggin Hill. And I've decided to put 3 raids at Biggin Hill all in the same time slot. So just trying to change things up a little bit. I did consider again trying to get a raid with just ME109s, but I don't know. I still can't see the good in that. And I've got bombers to spare, so I'm not sure. I suppose if I wasn't having one with ME110s on it, then I might have sort of considered it. So I've got my JU-87s along here in the last raid. This is a Luftwaffe 3 raid, and this is a Luftwaffe 3 raid, so they've got a Luftwaffe 3 units. So yeah, again, not really sure. This is the low level raid, which has the column shift on the bombing table. However, it has a bonus to the squadron attack, so I've only put 3 bombers there, so hopefully the fighters will be able to see off anything that comes along. And the fact this is the 3rd raid here, then maybe there'll not be as great a response. So again, I'm not sure. I think I probably need to play this game a few times to start realising some of the clever stuff to do. So we'll go with that and just get it moving, because I've spent quite a bit of time thinking that out even. So there you go. Right, let's move on. Well, I'll not move the camera because I get the feeling that yeah, so that's a set out all our bombers for the whole day. A feeling I've got the next parts to assign fighters anyway, or somewhere around that. Alright, okay. So this was to assign the bombers, yeah. And I did consider, for a moment I thought, why not have the 8th raid and then reduce the raid size to 10? Yeah, decided not in the end, so. Oh, and I was looking at the ME109s, and my impression is that if it says no, going by the rules, well, the basic rules, if you put ME109s on a raid that is out of range, then they can only go in the channel patrol box. However, the advanced rules actually allow the ME109s to do the same thing that they normally do, I think, with the slight downside that they get reduced when they go into the raid display. And also the 2 elite ME110s are classed in the same boat as that, so if they get used on a raid that's outside the ME109 range, they would be the same, they would be flipped to the reduced side. I think that's how I read it. So we've only got the one raid that'll be affected by that, and that's that middle lot airfield at the very end. So yeah, so the ME109s will be reduced if they go there. So yeah, right. Well, this is for assigning bombers. So we've done that. We've assigned our bombers. It says assign at least 1 bomber group into each raid. Yeah, but we're not assigning bombers to the high speed raid at Biggin Hill. That is allowed. I mean, that card seems to suggest that you've got to, but I done it the last time, so. Let's say at least 1 bomber group in there. Actual fact, it does 5.2 does say bomber raid assignment. During step 4 of the daily planning phase, assign all bomber grouping that you wish to have participate in raids to specific target cards. To assign a bomber grouping to raid, move it from its airbase to a target card on the planning track. So maybe slightly, unless I'm missing something, the word in there, because it doesn't. You don't have to assign a bomber, so however. Well, we've done that already, so it must be allowed. Right, and this is for the fighters, right? And there it's got that. Oh yeah, and I was wondering what the wee diamond was, and then I remembered the wee diamond on the card is actually telling you that it's an advanced rule. The wee diamond in the corner there. It's also in. I don't think we've got any there. Airfields, if you've got a forward airfield option. No, I don't think I've picked any of them. Anyway, that's what that is. It means it's an advanced rule. So I think we realised that before and just forgot about it. So beginning with the earliest time segment to which you have assigned the raid, which is 0600, assigns fighter group into raids in the first 3 time segments of the day by moving a fighter group in from air bases to target cards. Right, so we're going to have to assign. Yeah, that's right, the first 3 time segments. So we'll get 0600, 0800, and then 1000, there's nothing there. Yeah, that's right, that's where we need to cap, yeah. Again, I'm still trying to work out how that worked. Hopefully I'll get enough fighters back for the last 2 raids. We shall see. Right, I'll go and pick what I'm going to assign to the 5 raids then. Right, there we go. Well, I'm actually 1 fighter short. I've got space for 1 more fighter in here. And I didn't. Right, sorry, I got dragged away there. Not sure where I was at. Putting the fighters out. Yeah. I've absolutely wiped out every fighter, so I've none left. So there was one space still in this first raid that ended up. I don't know, it's just to be a dished them out. That's ME110s for that raid. And then, yeah, and I've sacked. Oh, I suppose I could. No, that's not that one. That's not that one, is it? It's just the ME109s I've got for that because I've run out of ME110s. Right, anyway, I think that's right. So that's as much as I need to assign just now. And then even when we get into the 8 o'clock part, I'll need to sign for this, which I've already done, and then the 10 o'clock, which is nothing for. So, and then once I get into the 10 o'clock, well, I'll know, go into 10 o'clock, I'll jump to 12 o'clock, then I should have fighters back. Hopefully. Okay, next card, moving on. Night Patrol assignment. So we're rolling the British Night Patrol table to find number of Blenheim squadrons assigned to Night Patrol. Yeah, okay, so roll. Things have been moved about again, my dice. That's us. Right. Rolled a 3. So die roll a 3. We're actually August 26th now. So it's going to be 2, isn't it? No, it's 3. Did I roll a 3, didn't I? Die roll was a 3 and we're in August 26th. So they're going to send along 3 this time, so even more interesting. And then the sequence says 611. Well, they should all be here, shouldn't they? If not. So 611 goes into his Night Patrol box, and then 312 goes into his. And then the third one's going to be 110. There's just one down there. Okay, I'll just look up at the top board there. There's the 3 Blenheims in their patrol boxes. All good to go. Right, next. Bomb damage repair, right, there was nothing to repair again. Yeah, and we've got no radar nets again this turn. I mean, radar, the priority for radars was low right enough, but yeah, so all of them are going to count come the detection roll. Right, time of day and weather, well we had broken and patchy the last time. We've got 2 raids and we fought 3 this time, so let's see what we get. 2, that's probably good, probably better. So it's clear and we fought 2. That's good, and partly cloudy and we fought 3. Or patchy clouds, as I've got. Right, all good. I'll put them on the map. And then, right, into the routine of the raid. Setting up the raids and that. Right, I'll get the first raid done and hopefully we can chuck that out on top of what we've got here to make a part. Okay, so first raid of the day, Hornchurch Airfield. Yeah, so this is the one that I ended up one short. I only brought the 3 bombers, so normally I should be able to have 1 extra fighter in here, but just because I ran out, so I figured that's fine though. So we got 4 fighters. I suppose for the first raid of the day it might have been better to have more fighters, but let's just leave it as it is. And this is correct, we need 2 of them because there's 3 of them, we only need 1 of them because there's only 3 of them, that's right. Okay, moving on, next card. Roll a die, British detection, right. Oh, missing in here, hang on a sec, let me look at my advanced rules. Well, I think we're all good, so let's roll the dice, keep it low, it's a 4, not so good. And we have clear weather for the OCV, so that's a 4 as well, so that's up to 8. And 2 radar nets takes that up to 12. And oh, we've got only 10. This is 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 grouping, but it doesn't matter. It's between 10. Let's just further up. Between 10 and 13. So yeah, that wouldn't have mattered. So it's another +4. So it's a 16. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Really wanted a nice low dice roll there to start us off. Limited intelligence, but very early warning, so yeah, not the best start, I don't think. Moving on. Okay, raid rendezvous check. Roll the 4 again. 11 or more group. Oh, we've got lucky there. Because I said we've only got 10 grouping in this raid, so, and I wanted 11, so that would have normally triggered, but we've only got 10. So yeah, we got lucky there. So raid response. So it's an early, we're in the early column, so 3 from 6-11, 1 and 1 done, 2 from 5-11, 7-11 and 3-11, 2 from 2-11 and 4-11 and 1 from 1-11 and 2-12. And the fact that they're mostly on the map, I mean we do, for the first time, have 2 in the light loss box to start because they were heavy losses, so, but that's only 2 out of the bunch, so I figure there's probably going to be a lot coming along. Oh, I haven't put my markers out, hang on. Okay, there we go. I thought these lighter blue cubes might be better to differentiate. I was noticing that black looked quite, well, maybe it just looks like it in the camera. Anyway, so we've got 3 raids. Well, first of all, we're doing Hornchurch. We're then going to do the port at Weymouth, actually, which is way down here. Then we've got the 3 raids at Biggin Hill Airfield, and then Kenway Airfield, and the middle wallop to finish. So there we go. Right, so let's get the cup filled up. Well, we need a Spitfire Ace as well, don't we? Because we had a very early warning, so that's in the cup. Where's one of the dice? There we are. So 3 from 611, and yes, now these don't go in the cup. Also, this is a green one, so that's one green one. Remember, because we're playing the advanced rules, we can have one other green unit. And I'll need to remember when we're taking things out the cup. Is that green pilot compensation, isn't it? But we can have 2 reduced squadrons. No more than 1 green squadron may be taken from a given sector, though. So we don't have that anyway. So that's 3 from 611. There's nothing in London. 2 from 511. Right, well, we've got a green unit there. So that means that one has to get taken, and I'm assuming they go in that order because I realise that there's a one from 211 here that would maybe be taken, but where's the bit that talks about that? When selecting squadrons, if a reduced squadron is eligible, it must be taken. If more than one is eligible, only one is taken. Yeah, but we've got that advanced rule that allows us to take 2. So out of the 2 from 511, that's going to be the first one we take. And that's our quota of green pilots now. And then the second one to take, well, it's going to be the Spitfire then. No, it's not. Because we've got 2 Hurricanes. So yeah, so we're going to randomise between the 2. We get the B. So that goes in the cup. So we've got 2 in the cup and 4 out the cup now. We're at 6. 2 from 711. It's going to be one of the Hurricanes. It's going to be the A Hurricane and then the Spitfire as well. That's an R2 up to 8. It's going to be a lot in it. 2 from 311. We've got 1 to 9. 2 from 211. Right, so we can only take this 1 then this time because we can't have another green unit. Up to 2 reduced squadrons may be selected for the response pool instead of 1. Yeah, so I don't think we can take that other one then, so he's just going to stay there. And then 2 from 411. And they are all Hurricanes. So I'm going to take the wrong way. A C and the B. That's an R2, that's just up to 12. I don't think we're finished yet. 1 from 111. It's going to be the A. That's 13. I'm out of spots on my dice. And 1 from 212. Yeah, we do have another Spitfire now, so that's 14 squadrons, 4 outside the cup and 10 in. So, okay, my chart to see what we're going to do with that then. Let's see how many is going to come out. Now, remember the green pilot compensation, we reduce the results from the raid response priority chart by the number of reduced squadrons in the pool. Right, So we're going to reduce what we're going to remove by 2 because we've got 2 green squadrons. Okay. Right, let's roll this dice. We start with a 1. The date is going to give us a +1 up to 2. Target sector is 11 group. That's up to 3. It's an airfield. That's another +2 up to 5. It's not deep. Warning is very early. That's up to 6. Intelligence was, what was it's limited, isn't it? So it's not accurate. However, it's limited, and we have 9 to 11 grouping in the raid. So that's a +2. That's up to 8. Target cards yet to be resolved. There is 1 in the same time segment, so that's giving us a -1 down to 7. So that's pretty good. That knocked us out of high into low. So we've got a low response with 14 plus squadrons in the pool. So we want to remove 7. However, the 2 green pilots reduced that to 5. So we're going to take out 5 out the cup. Taking us down to 9 in total. Let's see what 5 we get though. Okay, got that Spitfire Ace again. I'm good at blocking that one out. One from 411, one from 711, one from 511, and we got the one from 212, which is up there. Okay, so 9 left then. Our intelligence was limited. Number of grouping in the raid, excluding channel patrol, is going to be 9. And squadrons in the pool is going to be 7 plus. Yeah, they're all coming along. Oh dear. Okay, there we go. This looks like a messy start, doesn't it? Sorry, I moved that light away a wee bit because I was getting the glare. Alright, well, I'll move it back. It's just while we're looking at that. So 9 squadrons against our 4. So yeah, it's going to be a rather messy start, I think. I get the feeling we're not going to get much bombing done. I suppose it's drawn a lot of them out though, so yeah. But my next raid is at 410 away down at Weymouth. Yeah, it feels like I've not set that out right. Maybe I should have had one of the Biggin Hill airfield attacks next, maybe. Oh well, it's done now. Okay, on to the next card. Right, on interception, well, there's definitely less grouping than squadrons. So, in fact, there's an excess of 5 here. Yeah, that's a strange one, isn't it? Because I need to roll a 6 here for them to move, don't I? Preservation. Yeah. Number group in the hunt box, outnumber squadrons. Well, that's not happening. Okay, so roll the dice. I think only a 6 is going to have an effect here. Right, so we've only got a 3. So that is less than or equal to the number of excess squadrons. So all squadrons stay in the hunt box. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, they're more than likely some of them are going to get up to the bomber box still anyway. Raid approach event. Let's see what we get. Something to help us out, hopefully. Now, I did reshuffle all the event cards, and I reshuffled the whole target card deck in the end because I forgot about bringing the ones down from the last time. So I just shuffled everything together. Okay, so clouds scatter raid if the region has patchy or broken clouds, reduce all A grouping. Well, that wouldn't have helped us. Fortunately, we've got clear weather and we've fought 2. If the region is patchy or broken clouds, reduce all-way grouping. Yeah, and that would have made things worse, but we get away with that one. Okay. For this hunter attack, I think. Right, here we go. Okay, let's have a look. Right, still getting a bit of a glare there, but hopefully that's alright. I'm just about to make it out. I keep moving the lamp about and it like just pushes it somewhere else. Right, so we want a low number here. I've got a 3. Those could have been worse. Right, get my chart. Which one do we want? Right, here we are. Right, I need that and I need the damage one, yeah. Okay, so right, nothing for the ME109. So 4, 7, 10, 14, 17, 20, 24, 27, 30 combat value, and 4 grouping and a combat. I'm pretty sure that's almost down the bottom. 4 grouping, well, it's not quite. We're down to row H. That's second from the bottom. Yeah, nothing else doing. So we've got a 3 result on the die. So we've got HLD. So that's not good. So a heavy loss for our A's. So yeah, heavy loss for this guy. A loss of 2 points. A light loss for a B. It's a loss of 1 point. I suppose we got lucky in the fact that the C's, well, there was 2 of them, so they're going to disrupt, which is just the in-flight. So they go away. Right, and then for the British, the no effect is going to be the A's. So they're going to move up to the bomber box, aren't they? Yeah. So these are going up. 3 of them. Well, there was 3 A's, 3 B's, and 3 C's anyway. So, but they'll get the disrupt. They reduce disrupt for the B's. Disrupt for the B's. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong bit. Hang on. Disrupt to bomb box reduced. Yeah. So yeah, these 3 B's are all going to flip and go in the bomber box as well. And then the C's are going to abort, which is in-flight reduced. Yeah. Okay. So now we've got 6 fighters left against our 3 bombers. Alright, there we go. But yeah, it was kind of to be expected with the amount that they had there. Okay, moving on. Let's see what we get next. Another event, yeah. So raid target event. Oh come on. Flak. Reduce all B grouping in the bomber box. Oh, I've not got any. Reduce all B grouping in the bomber box. We've got an A and 2 C's. And the reason being is, like, I know you're meant to try and pick an A, a B, and a C, but I wanted JU88s for that raid, and there wasn't a B available because I took them, well, once from Luftwaffe 3. And so I think it's okay to do that, and I don't think you have to pick an A, B, and C, because specifically that means you're picking a lesser bomber, you know, so I think that seems fair. And who knows, this card could have said all C, reduce all C grouping, couldn't it? Right. Maybe foreign object here. Right. So next card, It's going to be moving on to the squadrons doing their thing now. No, interception first. So squadrons are greater than grouping, so they're all intercepted, and if all grouping are intercepted, all close escort defend as well. So that's what we just need to remember, that these are also involved in this battle. So okay, that'll be the next card. Squadron attack. So let's see what happens here. Don't fancy my chances here much either. Right, let's roll a dice first. Keep it low. Oh, it was almost on a 3 there and then tipped over to a 5. Great. So what we got? We've got 5, 10, 15, 17, nothing for that. 21, 24, 27, 29, 31, 33 with 5 grouping in the combat. 33. Well, there's one row better off, but we rolled a 5 this time. So we're on row G with a 5 result. We've got LDL, so no heavy loss at least. So light loss for the A. I'll do the bombers first. Sorry, light loss for the A. That's a loss of a point, down to -9. Yeah, we've not got any Bs, have we? And it's light loss for the Cs. Oh dear. So all our bombers took a light loss, and our 2 victory points lost down to -7. And then in the close escort, oh no, they're C's as well. Oh dear. This is a harsh result, isn't it? So units in close escort, full grouping to light loss. Oh dear. Ouch. So another 2. We're dropped away down to -5. And there's no L result for them at all. It's disrupt, no effect, abort. Mind you, they're... Oh, the Bs are no effect though. So, yeah, if they had been abort results, they would have at least took a white loss. Ah, dear. So, hang on, what were we? Disrupt for the A's. Full squadrons, so yeah, to in-flight reduced, and then it's no effect for the Bs. To in-flight reduced, so they're all going to be reduced in the in-flight box. That's the only good thing about all this. It does mean that there's going to be time, and you know, it's kind of like a raid. It's just, that's what we're doing, putting a bit of a delay on them going to be able to come back. Yeah, not good though. Not good. Yeah, wondering my thinking there. I mean, you know you're going to get a heavy response in the first raid, so there's probably a better way to deal with that than how I did it. Well, I didn't feel like I'd done great there anyway. Right, so there's nothing to bomb with. Move all group into in-flight bot, in the in-flight bots to their air bases. Right, this guy comes into the in-flight as well. And that was also 3 fighters that we lost that are staying in the light loss box that we're not going to be able to bring back today. So all these 3 109s go to the clock. They're all full side up, so they'll go to the 12 o'clock space. Yeah, we're going to have to hope that some more of them go to the 12 o'clock space as well, I think, if I'm looking at that right. So Anyway, that's that. Clock check. If there are any face-up target cards remaining in the current time segment, there is return to step 9. So I think I flipped this. Yeah, I flipped this face down as well though. But we do have another raid to come in the 0600 at Weymouth port. Okay. And then we move on to step 9 again. Okay, right. Well, since we had the start of the day stuff there, I'm sure that's enough to put a part together and plus wanting to look over it and make sure everyone's alright. It's not been going well recently. Yeah, not a good start. I guess always the first raid of the day is going to be hard, but I'm just thinking there, surely there was some better way I could have ran that raid. You would have thought. I don't know if this is where Martin's talking about maybe using fighters instead of your bombers, or I don't know. I don't know, but we've got a lot in the white loss box already, and we lost something like 8 points there. I think we were on minus 13. We're down to minus 5. Yuck. Okay, right. Well, I'll be back with the next raid at 0600 at Weymouth Port sometime soon, guys. Okay, cheers.